What's up, everyone? Here today we're taking a look at the Evergoods Panel Loader Classic 20 liter. I've been using the bag for about 5 days now and have some thoughts on it. Let's get into it. All right, here we are. Let's see, where do I want to get started? Let's get started with, I think, the part of the pack that probably is the easiest to go through, and that's just the quick access pocket. There's a couple places I'll touch in on that in here, but just the easiest way is just to kind of take a look at it. Quick access pocket is pretty shallow. I know why they did this. The quick access pocket actually, and you'll see in the main compartment, sits down a little bit, so it's not super deep. I would say if you were to take like I'll say like an Apple Pencil, and I tested it with that. Put like an Apple Pencil, just like bottom up in here, like about a quarter of it, maybe a third, ends up sitting in here. So it's not a very deep pocket, and I don't keep much in here. Usually my AirPods, little multi-tool, chapstick, and then my keys. Sometimes I'll stick in here if I don't want to in my pocket or carry them always. So yeah, not a lot going on with this pocket. I've seen a couple of complaints. There are no water bottle pockets. There are no water bottle pockets on this bag. I'll talk about where I store mine. But another alternative is to use like an S-beaner and throw it here. There's another loop on this side here. I would avoid, there are these loops on the bottom. I would avoid putting it on these. That's just me. I'll go to the material actually really quickly. So I know that's been a little bit controversial. This is a huge deviation from the normal Evergoods material and branding, but I actually really like it. It feels really nice. I love the look of it. I love how it feels. It is a little scratchy a tiny bit, but that doesn't really bother me. It feels really heavy duty. It feels like it'll withstand quite a bit. And I think like for a bag that is like that's meant to be an urban city bag that might get tossed around a little bit, it's probably something you want. So I'm actually really happy. This is not, I think like from a material standpoint, it's not the normal Evergoods formula, but like the rest of the bag is. So I'm pretty happy with it. And if you compare it to, I'll actually bring this out. I have the Civic Half Zip 26. I have this right here. Obviously, the material is a lot more scratchy. You can see, I don't know if you can, like, the camera might be even picking up the dust that's flying off the bag. If it's not, I have dust, like, as I'm doing this, just flying off the bag. The material feels a lot different, but like I said, I would say I am a huge fan of this. It still has the normal Evergoods formula, so Evergoods, patch logo right here. I keep a nice little Star Wars patch on here. Huge fan. So I just have like a little Rebel Scum patch. I'll go to the front pocket next. So one thing I want to touch about the front pocket that is a little bit misleading. One, it's very deep. Like it's a very deep pocket. But there's a lot of folks saying that it actually it stops. At this piece, at this little curvature right here. It doesn't. It actually stops about, I don't know, maybe I would say like maybe like half an inch, like half an inch above it. So that's just something to note. It's not a huge deal, it's not a really big deal that it stops right there above the stitching, but just something to note in case you're looking at it. Cool. So front pocket, like I said, pretty deep. I keep a couple things in here. I do some AV work, so I always keep a nice little screwdriver set in here, so I have that. And then I keep a battery pack in here as well, just a Anchor power core. This is the 10,000 milliamp hour portable charger. I love having this. It's a great battery to carry around. I usually don't. I haven't seen a need to carry anything any bigger unless I'm traveling. But yeah, it's a great bag. But yeah, so that's about all I keep in here. Now, my water bottle, I just want to show you this. So I carry specifically the Hydro Flask 24 ounce, and I do that for two reasons. One, I like how skinny this bottle is. I have the Yeti 26 ounce Rambler, and it's just, it feels really big for just about any bag. So if I carry that with me, I definitely always put it on a loop. I almost never put it inside the bag. The Hydro Flask at least does fit inside the majority of the bags that I have. And it fits very neat, and it's very, it does what I need it to do. So this is the reason why I carry this. In this pocket, you can't like put it in straight. You can, but you might end up fighting with it a little bit. I usually put it in at an angle, depending on what I'm carrying in here, or if I have this kind of packed out like I did here, and I'll put my battery in. You have to like lift up the lip a little bit, and it fits pretty nicely. So I'll just show that again. So take the water bottle out, you can put it in, the top's going to stick out a little bit, you pull the top of the pocket up, and then you can zip it up, and it fits pretty nicely. That's where I carry the water bottle at. I'm not a huge fan of water bottle pockets, so it's not a huge deal to me. Actually, I would probably put it on this side, because my only concern is that if the patch catches on something, then I lose my really awesome patch. So I'd be a little annoyed about that. So yeah, I'll probably do something like this. Put it on this side, put my... Yeah, so this is probably how I would actually pack it out. And how I usually do. Granted, I also have put my water bottle in the main compartment. That's something I just started doing. I'm a little bit nervous about putting my water bottle next to my, thousands of dollars worth of equipment that I carry with me. So that's the only time I get a little funky and weird. But besides that, that's just about how I carry it. Let's get to the main compartment, because I think that's probably the most important part. So my one thing I will just call out here, and I've noticed this, it didn't start bothering me until someone else pointed it out, but like it does get the zipper does get hung up, and I'll try and catch it really nicely. Like the zipper does get hung up, like around the body here. Now I think part of that is just the zipper breaking in. I've had that issue on other Evergoods bags, so I have the CPL20, the version 1, and I had that issue on that bag as well. The zipper's broke in, and eventually it stopped doing it, so I'm not super concerned, but just something to call out, especially around these corners, like right here is where it seems to get caught up at. It does the same thing on this side, like right around here is where it gets caught. I tend to pull a little bit more force, so I didn't notice it as much until someone pointed it out to me, and then it started bothering me. But just something to call out, just something I want to note. Let's see. So open. I almost never. I'll just say this, like, for bags that do zip, almost all the way down, which this doesn't, it zips, about 7/8, I'd say. It stops like right here. I almost never open my bag like this. I just don't. It's just a habit. I don't know why I started doing it, why I just stopped, why I never did it, but I just don't open my bag like this. So usually I access my bag directly from the top, so I'll pull my zippers up. I'll have my zippers up here, and I just feel like I have way more control over my bag that way, but that's how I usually load out my bag. So what my kind of daily carry looks like, it's changed a little bit just because I do work from home, so I don't have to worry about going to the office, but I'll just kind of go through what I would carry if I was still going in regularly. And even when I do leave the house, when I go out, this is how I carry. So up here, I have my power cable for my MacBook. I still use the USB-C, even though I have the M1 Pro 16-inch. I still like the USB charger. It's universal. I can charge my other devices with it that are USB-C, like my iPad or my Switch if I carry that with me. And then also my mouse. So this is the Logipro MX3 Anywhere mouse. I'm a huge fan of the MX3 series. I have the other one for my dock setup from when I'm sitting at my desk. I like it. This mouse is really, really great. Has a lot of the same features. Really comfortable, and yeah, I'm just a huge fan of it. So I use the USB charger because it makes more sense just from all the other devices I carry. Inside this pocket here, I keep the 96 watt USB-C power adapter. Again, like I said, it still charges the MacBook absolutely fine. MagSafe, as much as I love it, it's a one-stop shop. Whereas USB-C, I can charge whatever other device I have with me. I keep a little field notes notebook as well. that sits in this pocket here. I usually leave this pocket open. I'm going in and out of it so often, it wouldn't make sense for me to even close it. The only time I would probably be more prompted to close this is if I was traveling like on an airplane. I wouldn't want, you know, especially going through TSA, anything to get pushed out of the pockets. Other than that, I usually leave this sitting open. I don't, yeah, I don't close it. Inside the bag, and I left my MacBook out for a reason because I want to show you all something. But inside the bag, I carry the cap 1 liter pouch. This is inside here. This is the one that works on the magnets. Absolutely love this pouch. Have a first aid kit, flashlight, some other like health related items. So I carry some medicine and a little flashlight in here. But yeah, that's really all this is for. I carry, yeah, I actually love this pouch. I carry all my pens actually are in here as well. Pens, pencils, highlighters, all that cool stuff. So yeah, this is just kind of like my I think Chase Reeves would call it my always need you, never want to see you. That's what this is. This is a great pouch for that. I have it here. I know it's safe, and I have it when I need it. So I have this. So I carry that. The cap 2. This is where I keep all of my technical equipment. So like I said, I do some AV work. So I have USBs in here, a little network cable, some additional chargers. I have an Apple Watch charger in here, lightning cable, another USB-C cable. I keep my SSD that I do some of my editing on in here as well. So yeah, and then some other adapters too. So this is my for all intents and purposes, this is my tech pouch. I absolutely love it. I have tons of room left in here to still put more stuff in here. Not even using, I would say maybe using like 75% of the full capacity of it. Absolutely love this. The YKK zippers on it are really great. This is an awesome pouch. When they first released I jumped on this immediately. So just a huge fan of this. I have my roost stand in here. So this is if I'm sitting in a coffee shop or going out somewhere. Roost stand is great to put up my MacBook. Yeah, absolutely. I usually carry this with me, especially if I'm going to be there for a little bit. Just way better on my neck, way better on my back. Apple Pencil. I keep that over here. And I'll show you why in a second. And yeah, my keyboard that I usually travel with is out of commission right now, but I usually carry the smaller version, the non-Touch ID version of the Magic keyboard, the smaller one without the numpad. That's usually the one I travel with, and it's busted right now, so I need to pick up a new one. But yeah, let me show you. Let me put everything back in here because I want to show you something that I think is kind of important to know if you're getting this bag, just so that you're aware. So I'm going to put everything in here. I'm going to try and capture this the best that I can because I feel like this was just kind of hard to record. So here's my MacBook. Like I said, 16-inch M1 MacBook Pro. When you put it in, it's I love this, and I just want to call this out really quick before I do this. I love this laptop pocket. It's absolutely great. I think the design of it is just absolutely ingenious. It's a really great pocket. I love the fact that there's the false bottom, how far it is off the bag. And I love the way that it's just seated in the bag overall. But the biggest thing I love about it is, and I'm going to put the bag in, put the computer in so you can see. The thing I love the most about it is the fact that, it's snug. So this isn't like this is pretty tight. Like this is really this isn't moving around anywhere. This is staying right where it is, and I like that when I'm bumping around or when I'm getting bumped around wherever I'm at. I like to know that my computer, although I know computers, most bags have like a really nice secure laptop pocket, or at least the bags that I have do. I like how snug this one is. This isn't getting moved around. So even if this did take a pretty nasty drop, outside of the false bottom, I feel like there's a lot of protection in the machine just being very well seated inside the bag. Now, one thing that you'll notice, and I just want to call this out, is the fact that the quick access pocket, and unless you like have nothing in it, I'm going to try and get it has to sit on top of the bag. Now, does that bother me? It's not something that really bothers me like a whole lot, but it is just something that to call out, so that if you do get this bag and you put stuff in the quick access pocket, you're gonna have to like kind of push it back and then pull it out. But the laptop pocket definitely supports that action, so it doesn't bother me. Suffice to say. Then I'll show you the next thing that I just want to call out is the tablet pocket. Now, some people talk about the tablet pocket, what it will and will not fit. In my experience, and I don't know if this is just the way the bag was stitched, I can only get my 11-inch in here. I cannot get it in here with the folio on it. I've tried. The last time I tried to, it sounded like the stitching was starting to pull a little bit, so I stopped. Some folks have said they've been able to do it successfully. I have not, so I don't know if maybe it's just like I said, the stitching in my bag, in my version of the bag. But yeah, so that's just one thing to note. I could only get it in here with it not having anything on it. I have my Magic Keyboard right here. If I did need to take this with me, I would probably just kind of like put it in the pack like that. Not the most ideal setup, but if I did need to bring it with me, which if I was using my iPad, which when I take my iPad with me, sometimes I use it for sidecar, so I use it as an additional monitor. I would bring this with me. This is the stand I would use for it, or I'd use the folio. Again, I'd put either one of them just kind of right here. So just wanted to call that out. And yeah, so I think that's everything. So, I'll just say, like, I absolutely love this bag. I love what Jack and Kevin did to get this overall design. I'm a huge fan of it. Just some things, like I said, to call out are the just knowing where the quick access, or excuse me, not the quick access, the front pocket actually stops. Knowing the quick access pocket is shallow, and just being aware that this bag is, like, it looks tinier than it feels. Like, this is one of the few bags I'll say that it feels like it gives you all the volume that it says that it does. So this says it's 20 liters. I feel like I get 20 liters worth of use out of this bag. I feel like I can get 20 liters worth of stuff in this bag. Couple things to note: it does sit up high on the back. It is a tiny bag. It is kind of like I said, like an urban kind of classic bag, or an urban a city bag. So it does sit up a little bit higher on your back. Again, that's something I noticed with Evergoods bags, so that is not something that concerns me. It's not something that would bother me. So all in all, like I said, huge fan of the bag. Absolutely love it. I would highly recommend it, and I'll just kind of like put a little disclaimer out. When I first saw this bag, I was a little skeptical, mostly because of the kind of like way the zipper stopped here. And then the other concern I had was wondering how much stuff this kind of front dump pocket could hold. So I was a little bit of a skeptic. A friend convinced me to pick it up, and I'm glad they did, because this is my favorite by far everyday carry bag that I own, and I own quite a few. So I have I have one of the Osprey Arcane bags, the version 2. Absolutely love it. That was still one of my favorite bags. I have Able Carry Daily carry bag, the Bellroy Transit work bag. All really great bags, but this without a doubt takes the cake. It'll probably take a lot to get me to convince me to replace this. If they, if Evergoods released a bigger version, I'd definitely be more liking to replace this, or at least get another one. But I absolutely love this bag. One thing I did want to point out is some alternate loadouts I've tried and I've seen some other folks do. So I just want to kind of show that, because I think the loadout piece is what matters the most, knowing how this bag can work for you. So I'm going to pull this stuff out. One thing I've seen some people do is take their cap 1 and put that in here. So I could easily fit my cap 1, my screwdriver kit, my battery charger in here. That works. It works just fine. I like it. The reason, like I said, the way that I access my bag is kind of like a top down. So usually I'll grab my laptop, grab my roost stand, grab the cap 1, sometimes grab the cap 2, but yeah, so that's just a personal choice for how I like to access my bag. I like most of my stuff being in the main pocket. The other thing that I could do is because the cap one's in here, I could easily take my hydro flask, and now I can easily put that inside the bag here. Again, like I said, I get a little nervous carrying water directly inside the main compartment, but I'm very comfortable carrying it inside. Like the quick access, or the front dump pocket here. So that's one thing I've seen. I saw a comment that that threw me a little bit. I did see someone say they carried their Cat 2 in here. I found that a little strange for one reason and one reason only, and I just remembered that I need to call this out. So I'm gonna put this in here and see if I can make the bag do it. I'm gonna take the roost stand out because the roost stand makes it just rigid enough where it might prove me wrong. So I'm gonna put that to the side there. So I'm gonna put the cap one there. I'm gonna put this here. And I'm gonna put my water bottle over here. And let's see if I can make the bag do it. So the bag is meant to stand up on its own, but one thing I did notice is that if you don't have enough, yeah, it's gonna make me a liar, of course. If you don't have enough, like, kind of material at the bottom inside the main compartment to stabilize the bag, it will, and you have too much in the front pocket, it will fall over. Of course, it's gonna make me a liar now. Yeah, of course it's gonna make me a liar now. But yeah, so that's just one thing I wanted to call out. That's, again, not a big deal for me. I'm used to leaning my bag up against things, so it doesn't matter to me if it stands up on its own or not. But that's just something I wanted to call out for folks who, if that's a make or break for you. So I just wanted to call that out. Other than that, like I said, really happy with this bag. If you're some other bags I would compare it to are like some of the bags in the Air City line. It feels very much like some of those. And one thing Jack and Kevin did say in their video, which I absolutely agree with, is the fact that this definitely feels like a mashup of the CPL and the classic half sip. It feels like those two bags met somewhere in the middle. I know there are some different thoughts about things that were cut off or left out of the bag, but none of those things bother me. Like I said, the only thing that would probably really convince me to get out of this bag would be something that was pretty much exactly like this, with maybe maybe 2 more liters of room. But even that, I don't know that I would take advantage of too much more than I already have with this bag. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it overall. And yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you taking a look at the video. I'm gonna put a comment and down in the description. I will put a 1, 2, 3. Down in the description below, I will put a link to the bag. I'll also put a link to the patches and some of the other items that you saw inside here. And if you like the video, please take the time to like, subscribe, and comment. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.